you suck at video games, but that's okay. Okay, so maybe you don't suck at video games. Maybe you're some fancy top 500 guy or whatever. But no matter what, it's okay to be bad at video games. It's a tale as old as time. Every time I get into a new team-based game, some noob gets in, it's their first round, and their teammate freaks out because how dare they have a noob as a teammate? How dare they not be instantly good? I remember the first time I got into Overwatch, which was the first, like, hero shooter game I really wanted to be good at. Like, I liked TF2, but Overwatch, like, changed the game for me. But I remember my first time, I was playing Moira, and I kind of knew how to play her. I was doing my best. I was kind of intuiting. But I had a teammate that got so mad. He was like, this is the worst Moira I've ever had. And I was like, it's my first time. So luckily, I had a really nice teammate who was like, hey, let them learn. They aren't gonna get anywhere without it. But not everyone gets that. I often see games where someone will just start dogging on a noob and I have to be the one to step in. And it's just really weird because if you want good teammates, you gotta let your teammates learn. You gotta give people room to not suck. Because that's how people don't suck, is they get given room to not suck. I feel like this is especially relevant in recent talks about how toxic Marvel Rivals has been. And I think a big part of it, I mean, obviously there's a lot of weird issues. Like, I've seen a weird amount of, like, sexism and racism, which is just strange in Marvel Rivals, where there's a bunch of strong female characters and a bunch of, like, characters of color and stuff. But I also think a big hurdle that can actually be, like, properly addressed is letting people be bad. Because where in the world have you seen someone get cussed at, told to log off, get threatened? Where have you seen that improve the situation? Because, like, it's not reasonable to be like, yes, I cussed at you and called you slurs, therefore you will listen to me and do what I want, rather than, you know, yell back, and then we both get tilted, and then we both lose the game. Like, I guess I do understand why that's the instinct. When we're angry, you want to lash out, because we're weird animals that just, like, we bark at people. But it's not the productive thing to do. It doesn't let off steam like you want it to. It doesn't help the person. So it's better to not do that. Like, I have been the noob that's been given advice, and I've been the person who's given advice. And you know what? That usually helps a lot more. Like, I've got an old video of me playing Junkrat for 5 days, and I sucked so bad until, like, day 5, when my enemy team gave me some lovely advice. And you know what? I became a play of the game machine on Junkrat since then. It just clicked. The psychology of just having some people be nice to me, I think it just made my brain lock in. But, like, in my Sombra video, I played comp for 1 round, and I got dogged on and called the worst Sombra they'd ever seen. And I just got so anxious because I didn't want to underperform next to my teammates, and I ended up performing really poorly because of that, and I lost, and I just closed the game for the day. Yeah, maybe I'm a little thin-skinned, but you shouldn't have to be thick-skinned to play a game about friggin' comic book characters or little sci-fi dudes where they aren't allowed to say the word fuck, even though Mercy's earned it after the 10th Junkrat tire to the face, but what do I know? But even so, like, what if you aren't a noob? What if you just kind of play casually or just can't seem to figure it out? Like, that was me for a long time. I just couldn't figure out how to be good at these games. Should you hop off the game forever because you're only bringing your team down? Yeah, no, obviously not. Playing games shouldn't require homework. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, a lot of people are like, why don't you just watch YouTube tutorials? Not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to do homework on a game. They just want to play. Some people have fucking 9-to-5s or work, like, 60-hour work weeks. And even I did have less than that. But I still don't understand what poke versus brawl is, and I don't think I ever will, because I've watched the videos. I don't understand. And I don't really wanna. I just wanna play the characters I wanna play. Like, yeah, I'll try to figure out what character works best in the situation, but I don't have, like, team comps cataloged in my head. Video games are games, and we need to stop expecting people to be experts to play. Like, I do the whole thing where I have my whole Road to Get Good series, because I like being good at video games. I like learning one character at a time. But not everyone wants to spend 10 hours learning one character before they play them. Some people, yeah, like I said, some people have 60-hour work weeks and kids, and sometimes they just want to head home and unwind on some Captain America. Or sometimes they just don't have time to grind on one game. Some people play a lot of different games. And yeah, you're less likely to win with people like that on your team. And yeah, winning is nice, but it should just be fun to play the game. If your need to win is so bad that you need to cuss and yell at people and freak out, then maybe you need to take a step back, maybe step away from the game for a while, or figure out how to play the game for the game rather than for the win. I remember one time I was playing Left 4 Dead, which is like a zombie game. I was pretty new to the game, like someone had just bought it for me, and I didn't know there was a PvP mode. I think I'd played the like single player campaign before and I enjoyed it, but I didn't know there was like a mode where one person is the zombies and the other side is the survivors. But I was having fun. I was trying all the new zombies, I was learning, and I wasn't good. But most of the time before this, I'd played single-player games. I was a Tomb Raider girly. I didn't know you could be good at video games until my boyfriend, and he was so good it scared me. But my teammate was someone who liked to be good at video games, and he wasn't very pleased with me. I had people tell me, like, after the end of the session, they're like, you should go practice, you can play against some AIs. But I found AIs easy. I didn't know how to fight against people at this time. So I didn't really practice because I didn't wanna. I don't play Left 4 Dead a lot. It's a once-a-year event for me, so I'm not gonna grind for that. But the next time we played, I remember my teammate got so grumpy with me, and it made it really hard to have fun. And I remember he said something like, I don't understand not wanting to be good at this game, at being good at any game you play. It's something like that, and it was like really angry. And it made me so uncomfortable. And yeah, he wasn't like belligerent or yelling at me, but it just kind of ruined the fun for me because I wasn't being given like advice besides just play against AI, which I could do easily. So yeah, it kind of ruined Left 4 Dead PvP for me. Like, I like playing the single player campaign and I'll bring friends along for that, but I haven't played the PvP mode since because it just wasn't fun. So what could be done instead? I'm telling you guys, hey, don't be mean, but I'm not really telling you what to do instead, which is like just as helpful as the people I'm complaining about. So I'm gonna talk about some tools in my toolkit that help. I'm not perfect. I've gotten in my fair share of toxic arguments on the internet, but I can share what has been successful for me. And first off is gonna be advice. If you see like a thing over pushing, instead of yelling at them and like, hey, stop making out the back line, you're the reason I'm not getting any heals, and you're the worst tank I've ever seen, and not the best acting, but you get the idea. It'd probably be better to be like, hey, tank, could you come back here for me, buddy? There's not a lot of corners here, I need some protection. Just say it nicely and gently. But you know, some people are gonna be mean. It's not foolproof. I've often been mistaken when I've been like, hey, could we blah, blah, blah. People are like, you should focus on yourself. Why are you insulting everyone else and being toxic? I'm like, oh, I know. I didn't mean that. But even so, like, that's not a gateway to become an asshole again. You should take the high ground. Even if not for your own sanity or your teammates' sanity, you can still just feel better than them because you're totally morally superior. The whole like orphanage is built for the wrong reason. You could always try again. So if they start being an asshole towards you, what you can do is you can try to right the misunderstanding, because people aren't always malicious. Sometimes they just misunderstand you. So explaining again, sometimes a compliment sandwich really helps of like, oh no, Mercy, you're doing great healing. I would just like you to be around corners a little more so that you stop getting killed. You're doing amazing though. So that, like, really being complimented by fellow players is always something so sweet. Like, I always get little warm fuzzies when someone tells me I'm doing really well. So that can help. But sometimes people are just gonna be walls of grump. So in that case, I know everyone says it, but you can ignore them. If you don't want to ignore them, maybe joking with them can help if you're very extemporaneous and can spin a joke pretty fast. That's how, like, I was bullied in middle school. I know, big surprise. But spinning it around really helped me become, like, friends, bunny ears with them. But if you don't think you have a skill in that, then ignoring them. You can often go into the settings and you can mute the other players. And if their playing is egregiously bad and you can't ignore it, you can try your best to pick up the slack. Or if you don't have those skills, then if the game is entirely thrown, unwinnable. This may be a controversial take, but like if everyone's picked DPS, pick DPS too. Or go Jeff and just go hang out with the enemy Jeff in the backline. I know, you're throwing, but if everyone else is thrown, why would you try and keep going and just go into the next match angry? Try to get a giggle out of it. Try to enjoy it while you can, because your sanity is what is valuable. You shouldn't just upset yourself over a win you can't win unless you are like super cracked, which is kind of unreasonable to expect of yourself. And I am sure a lot of you guys watching are like, yeah, duh, this is obvious. You should be nice to people in unranked. You should chill in unranked because unranked doesn't matter. And I'm gonna rile some of you folks up. Even in comp, it's okay to be bad. Like, you shouldn't go into comp, like, with no skill. You shouldn't play a magic even though you've never played magic before. You should want to be good. But I have noticed, like, after bronze, people get so uppity and mean about mistakes. Like, we're in silver. Calm down. I'm trying. And, like, they'll just yell at you and they'll be mean. They're like, can I get some fucking heals? And it's like, bro, just say, hey, can I get a little more healing, please? Let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Like, you don't have to say it as passively as I do. But it's just not gonna help if you just start screaming at your teammates. Like, manners don't disappear just because you care about the little win a bit more because there's, like, a digital medal at stake. You should still be nice because it makes your playing experience more positive. It makes your teammates' playing experience more positive. And you are more likely to win if you're not a dickhead. You cannot get better without allowing yourself to fuck up. Even in ranked. There's a reason that there are levels, that there's ranks. It's because you're gonna start out bad. It's okay if you don't start at like super mega diamond fucking whatever rank that's super high. Forgive yourself. Learn as you go. Forgive each other. And if you do that, you're gonna climb ranks. If you flex, if you are a team player, if you don't break your keyboard at every Psylocke that kind of flanks incorrectly and, you know, gets herself killed, you're gonna do better. Understand that that ranks are going to improve as you go. And even at the highest possible ranks, you should be kind to one another. You guys should know this, but apparently not. I'm silver, so I don't really know, but I've been hearing that, like, Grandmaster and above is just, oh, look how good at the game I am. And look how bad the rest of you guys are. Look at me, I'm in Grandmaster. Therefore, I'm better than everyone else here. Like, no, you're not. Calm down. Enjoy the game. If you get so upset at playing ranked, if you freak out because one of your teammates makes a mistake, then you should maybe not play ranked. I think, you know, just maybe that's not for you. And also, like, I've had so many conversations with people where they genuinely say that they've never been bad at any game ever, and they were instantly good, and you should just get good. And honestly, like, I know that's BS because nobody is instantly good at anything. And, like, also, even if you are, that's not as cool. There's a reason why shonen protagonists always go through a training arc. It's because it's cool to start at the bottom and learn. There's a value to that. And even if, like, you know, sometimes you pick it up instantly, that's okay. Just don't be a jerk about it. Yeah, and I personally, I'm not good at taking my own advice. I get pretty anxious about being bad in front of other people. Like, whenever I'm learning a new character, I always have to preface, like, I'm sorry, I'm learning this character, please don't be mean to me. And I know I'm like, I know I'm not following my advice. It's okay for me to be bad. And usually people are pretty nice. I very rarely run into issues where people are like, how dare you learn a character? People are usually like, it's unranked. Have fun. Good luck, have fun. And I'm lucky to run into a lot of really nice people. My boyfriend's been baffled because he's like, wait, what the fuck? Why are people so nice to you? Maybe it's because I put that good vibes out into the world, I hope. Or I'm just lucky. But, like, I do run into weirdos where, like, 8 months ago, Sombra had a huge rework. She was one of my mains in Overwatch, and I loved her. But she got a huge rework, and I was like, I'll try her. It's probably not that different. And then I did really bad. And the people on my team and the enemy team were so mean to me. And I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. And it left me so, like, feeling bad about myself that I don't think I ever played Sombra ever again. Like, I know I shouldn't have let it get to me, but that was also, like, about when Marvel Rivals came out, so I did just make the transition. But recently, well, I wanted to do some Overwatch B-roll for this video because I thought Overwatch applied as well. And originally, I just recorded some Reaper gameplay because he's safe, he's easy. And then I stopped and, like, while I was on a walk, I was like, wait, that's not the point of this video. So I went back and I chose Sombra. I recorded myself playing Sombra again. And you know what? This isn't guaranteed to happen. But because I was in the mindset of, it's okay if I'm bad because it fits the video topic, I did kind of decent. Like, I wasn't amazing. But I did well because I relaxed. That's like, when I lock up, I do so poorly. But if I throw on some music and I just, I do a lot better. So if you create that relaxed atmosphere, you're gonna do better. Like, I mean, you're not guaranteed to get play of the game just because you forgave yourself a little bit more. But that's the point of forgiving yourself, is you don't have to get play of the game. It's okay. Just enjoy. Be nice to your friends. Start your next match with a good luck, have fun in the chat. Maybe wish them a happy holiday. If you're American, the 4th of July is coming up. It'll probably be past that by the time I upload this. It's fine. So yeah, communication in these games is very, very vital. But so is your sanity. So is relaxing. So if you need, you can mute all the chats. Like, yeah, pinging systems exist for a reason. Though I think in Overwatch, at least, you can't ping if your chat's off, which is a little dumb. And I think that should be changed. Because you should be able to communicate with your team without being insulted. But that's a different topic. Anyway, you should be able to mute people and just relax on your game. Maybe, like, higher levels of comp, you shouldn't, like, turn off your chat. I think communication is more vital, but I wouldn't know, because I'm not good at video games, and that's okay. I would like to close off this video with a confession. I have been toxic in chat a fair bit. Like, I don't usually, like, roast people who aren't doing well, but if someone's being an asshole, if someone's, like, saying rude things, I kind of let it loose. I will attack, I will yell, I will, like, I'm so righteous about it, when I know I probably shouldn't. And I will also be working on implementing the tools I was talking about, being nicer, trying to come up with a level playing ground, or just ignoring them, because I want these games to be a better place. If I could convince just one of you guys to try and be a little nicer in your games, I think I would have made the hero shooter gaming space just a little better, or maybe just like any PvP space. I want you guys to share your wholesome stories in the comments. I want the funny spring trap in DBD that did the silly thing. I don't know. I want to hear the story of all the Jeffs you adopted in Marvel Rivals. I want to hear about your dance party in Team Fortress 2. I want wholesome stories so we can, I don't know, band together and make this space a better place. I don't know if this is just nonsense or my naivete pouring out into the void, but I would like to put some hope into a space that has become so toxic when I know we can do better, because I believe that people want better. So let's start here and do the cool thing. I don't know. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'm trying to make this my job. I'm trying to make interesting content like this. I was pretty excited when I came up with this video idea. So, like, subscribe, tell me your stories, and have a lovely, lovely day.